hit go live now. Then
sounds good.
And then the stream. Where's the link to my stream, bro? Alright, I'm gonna pull the link. Because I know ISL for sure does it randomly. Like, they have the bot running where it's like, oh, Eli has went live. So I'm just gonna pull it from there and plug now. Come on, everybody.
You should make that PowerPoint full screen.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Oh, bear with me, bear with me. It didn't do the fucking thing. Are you fucking kidding? This is stream URL. Okay, that's the one that I pulled. Okay, sweet. Alright, music's gonna go live now. Fuck this shit. All right, the time is now 3 o'clock. We are here. There we go. There we go. I was like, what was the next song that was gonna come in? I was like, okay, it's the. I know this one. I know this one. But welcome. It is once again. It is 3 o'clock, which means welcome to the PDD season 3 draft stream. 3 o'clock, season 3 draft stream. You love that. You love that. I'm Eli the Rebel. As y'all know, I've been a coach for the PDD from the jump. I gotta say, like, I love this group of admins. I love the league. It's a very fun league. I get to be myself in this league. It's very, very great. A lot of people have come and gone, but you know, I'm one of the OGs, and I'm very proud to say that. Also, I'm not alone here. As you can see on the bottom left corner, I'm not alone today. I'm joined by 2 very wonderful coaches, new for season 3. In fact, one of them made the thumbnail for today. You want to introduce yourself real quick?
What's good, everybody? My name is Mad Mac, otherwise known as the Mad Chef. This is my first PDD tour, but so far I'm very excited. It looks super lit. All people look super friendly. So, let's get it.
Let's get it, baby. And coach number 2 that's joining me and Mad Mac today. Introduce yourself as well, if you please.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, Puppy Pone. It's my first time in the PDD, but I'm super excited to get after it. I think we have a lot of great teams, a lot of great coaches around, and I'm really excited to just hop right into it today.
Yeah, and a little spoiler, I did play one of these 2 coaches week 1, so you're gonna see draft analysis this Saturday, and then the following Sunday you're gonna see me play one of these 2 coaches. I won't say who, but I played one of these 2 coaches in week 1, so that's gonna be some things to look forward to after the stream today. But very quickly, let's get into the new Terra rules for this season. Very similar to what the season 2 Terra rules were. Terra captains were 8 points and below. The 3 Terra types and certain types are more expensive than others. I love this system. I think it's the best system. They literally took the PDD Terra system and made it, you know, and spiced it up a little bit. But now the new changes for season 3 are 12 points and above, or no, 12 and under menu. I swear I can read. I swear. My eyes aren't that squinty. 12 and under kids menu, right? So the 8-point threshold is now a 12-point threshold, and stab is optional. So for example, if I wanted to Terra Earthworm, I could theoretically forgo Steel and pick things like Electric, Ghost, and Fighting. Is just that Electric is going to be the most expensive, and I need to tack on 2 extra points on top of Earthworm, yada yada yada. Any thoughts on the Terra rules? You guys love them, hate them? What's y'all feelings about them?
The Terra points is my first time doing where you got to point draft this type specifically, and I just got to point out during the draft itself, during planning, that added so many extra layers, because it wasn't just, I'm going to slap Terra on this, okay, whatever. Then I got to actually think of, well, if I want to do this, then I got to change my types on this, and I got to do, and it just added a whole new layer, which I really enjoy personally.
Yeah, it's real nice. It means you're not seeing like Terra Fairy on every single Pokemon, Terra Water, Terra Steel on everything. You have to pay an extra 3 points for that. So it's really nice to be able to see some more niche Terra types.
Yeah, no, I agree with both of you on that front. And I'm going to have one of you take a break a little bit, because we're going to just jump right into the first team. Mad Mac had the first overall pick, and when I tell let me tell you something. I was scared. I was scared. I was like, okay, Dragapult's the most obvious number 1 pick. Check. Done. Who's Dragapult's best friend? Probably Ting Lu. Done. Got it round 2. Although on the dock they put Arcanine Hisui and all that wonderful stuff in front of Tinglu. I don't know how that happened, but yeah. My 2 cents on this team is like, it is really built around Polt really, really well. You have the hazards from Tinglu and, you know, a Shadow Ball resistance right there. You have an Elite Steel type and Empoleon. You have spinning with Cryo, which can also Terra if Arcanine doesn't feel like tearing that game. You also have something that's faster than 110 that isn't Polt in Azelf, so you can also have fast rocks, fast taunt, fast explosion, blah blah blah. And also even a little glare support with the Dunsparce at the very final pick. Before I let Mad Mac talk about this team, I want Pup's thoughts on this first.
I think this is a great team. Dragapult's obviously a great #1 pick. And I think, obviously, Tinglu is a great partner for it, but super underrated is Fezandipity. Really being able to take on those fairy types that you don't like that much as Dragapult. Usually they run really Spadef. You have the Empoleon and the Fezandipity that are going to be able to take that. You can also set up, got that Toxic Chain on Fez that you can pair it well with running, Specs Hex. Looks really, really good.
I love Specs Hex on Polt.
Yeah.
I
love how we have Chestnut in here. It's a pretty good role piece, being a pretty good physically defensive mon that, you're not weak to flying on anything else on the team. So you can really afford to run that here.
And not only that, it also is, a ground resist, because you have 2 immunities in Azelf and Kilowattrel and Cryogonal, but they're all 3 of them are very frail in the Fizdef side of things, so having a natural resistance as Chestnut just makes it so much better. And like you said, the team is not super flying weak, so Chestnut can fit into this team no problem. Mad Mac, is Polt your favorite mon on this entire team, or like you have is there anybody
actually?
Yeah,
it's not, surprisingly. As much as Dragapult was obviously the centerpiece building around, the best Pokemon on this team, the one that is going to go crazy all season, is Terra Arcanine H. That thing being Terra legal with dual stabs and normal is insane. that thing's going to be hitting the hits all season. It's going to be rough for prep. You either stab Fire Terra, Rock Terra, or Normal Terra and just bring E-Speed, Rock Smash, Flare Blitz, and you just lock yourself in with a choice.
You just find the button. You just basically find the button to lock into, and something's going. Like I've seen this thing. I've seen this thing 2-hit KO a Slowbro. Okay, like the switch-ins for Arc Hisui, very very small and finite. I cannot lie. That one banded head smash, when it hits, 80% of the time you're claiming a life. You're claiming a life. Oh man. I tell you, Mad Mac, you cooked something devious at the first overall pick, because, right, you get the benefit of having first overall pick is just like is the same benefits as 16, right? You have you have the superstar right away, but you have to wait a long time to pair things together. But then really after the first pick, you can just go in cores. You can go Tinglu, Arcanine, and Sui. You can go Empoleon, Fezandipity. Back to back right away. It's just a long, so like you really maximized your value right after getting Polt. I really commend you for that. It's very hard to do at first overall, so kudos to you, man.
Yeah, I just really wanted Polt in this season. This is my first time ever using a Polt, so I really wanted to make sure that no matter what kind of Polt I wanted to run, that it would fit with my team's pieces and I would be able to run it. So I wanted to make sure I optimized it as much as possible for that, and I think it worked. We'll see after week 1.
Yeah, and I think the last thing before we go to the next team, when you look at Polt and you look at the rest of the members, like the goal for Polt is to not be particularly locked into a spec set or a subset and things like that. And you have special breakers. You have somewhat fast mons, like Azelf can run sub shenanigans and stuff like that, so it just makes Polt more unpredictable in that sense. in the sense that, like, okay, you have special breakers, therefore I don't have to bring Specs Hex Pult every single goddamn week. You know, I have things faster than 110, therefore I don't have to lock it into being sub Willow, sub T-Wave every damn week. You know, so it's, again, I really commend you for maximizing the value out of you know, where you were in the draft, and not, again, maybe the superstar is Arcanine Sui, maybe it's Dragapult. Either way, you've built around both of them very, very well. So I can't wait. I can't wait to do. Can we do power rankings now? I want to rate this guy right away. I'm not gonna lie. But enough of me talking. You guys heard me talk too much. It's my team, so you two have the floor now. You two have the floor now.
Ooh. This team kind of go crazy, I'm not gonna lie. This team is just straight up scary. Because obviously Gouging Fire in the Sun is nuking things that want to come in. Anything wants to come in on that, you get the attack boost, plus the Sun Flare Blitz boost, plus the regular Photosynthesis boost, and it's just going to be able to nuke things. But the best part about it is that Gouging Fire isn't your only option in the Sun. You have Shift Tree down there for the value pick, which is, as much as Shift Tree is, you know, a Shift Tree, it's still huge. It means that your Sun isn't just locked into, all right, Gouging Fire and Sun, whatever. You have options going into it, which is super nice to have, personally.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I also think Sandy Shocks actually works super well. You know, you can obviously use it with Photosynthesis in the Sun, like Gouging Fire, but it provides really nice hazard support to this team and a nice fast Volt Switcher, which I think is an underrated mon on this team. But there are also a couple of other mons that are incredible on this team, like getting Terra Comfy and Terra Yanmega. Terra Comfy, I mean, with Fire and Ground, just goes absolutely crazy. You can set up Calm Minds, click Stored Power, click Draining Kits, and just be able to sweep probably half the teams here if you are able to get it in a good position, especially if you get those spikes up with the Sandy Shocks with the Klefki. And then Yanmega with Terra, you click Tinted Lens Bug Buzz into every single Pokemon, and you're getting a kill in 90% of matches. You're getting 2 kills in a bunch of them as well. It's just a really strong Pokemon, and both of these are just going to force a lot of prep into the opponents.
Yeah. Plus, on top of that, like you talked about a little bit, the hazard game. The hazard game, not only for setting up, you have 2 options for every type of hazard you'd ever need, plus you got 2 really good spinners. So you're not forced to be like, okay, I only got 1 spinner, 1 pretty good removal, I gotta bring him every single game. You're not locked into that. Your roster is not predictable in any sense for either hazards or setup, because everything on your team can slot in during any week, which is incredible.
Yeah, I'd like to go more in depth on that. So, like, I personally, I can't draft weather for the life of me. Like, if I at all costs I try to avoid it, you know, because, like, I don't want to type lock myself into bringing sun, rain, whatever weather every single week. So having, you know, the Tentacruel on top of Torkoal for hazard removal, it's fantastic, right? It's a water type that doesn't really fall over to Solar Beam, you know, and then also, like you said, like, you know, the rocks and the spikes can come from all sorts of places. You got Sandy Shocks for that. You have Sandy Shocks for both. You have spike support for Klefki. You got rocks on Torkoal, right? So, like, the reason why I love this team so much is, like, not only for, you know, freaking Killua and Onesie helping me out a little bit. That's why the Bennett is here, you know, to honor Onesie. It's not only a spin blocker, it's also, you know, the mascot, to really appreciate the help with the draft and everything. But, you know, it's a team where, like, it's not the end of the world if I don't bring Torkoal to set up Sun. You know what I mean? Like, I can pull 5-6 of these guys and go to war with them. I don't need Sun to, like, boost them entirely, you know. And you may or may not see that week 1. Who knows? But I also love the fact that, like, Mad Mac freaking shouted out the Shift Tree right away, because I love Shift Tree.
Don't sleep. Don't sleep.
So, fun
You got
fact.
Wind Rider.
Yeah, fun fact, I drafted Shift Tree outside of Sun, tried to make the Tailwind sets work. So like, you know, Shift Tree can operate with Sun, obviously with Chlorophyll, but as Mad Max said, it has Wind Rider now, so like you just Tailwind once, get the boost, and then claim some lives, man. It's yeah, I really love this team because I don't need Sun to win games. I can bring I don't have to bring Sun. I can win through other means and methods, whether it's hazard stacking or dual screen setting. It's great. It really is great. This is my kind of team. I don't know where I'll be in the power ranking side, but you know, this is something that I know I can pilot really, really well. But any last thoughts before we go to the next team?
Yeah, and just to show how great this team is, we've talked all about this team. We didn't even mention there's an Iron Boulder on the screen. There is a mighty Cleveland machine sitting right there, ready to go at any time.
Yeah.
I think that just goes to show the level of excellence this team hits, because Iron Boulder, among everything, isn't the only standout player. You're looking at the entire team as a whole and being like, man, this is pretty good.
Yeah, there's a lot of physical offense on this team. Like you look at the top three, and like you need to bring helmets just to have a chance with these three, and like the synergy, especially with Boulder. So like I got Boulder, I needed something faster than 110, and Boulder did the job. And like with pairing with Rillaboom, like Rillaboom just opens up, like, you know, because any ground type is going to fear Rillaboom, right? So the idea is Rillaboom like grassy glides all the ground types, so that way I can just lock myself into Mighty Cleave. That's the idea behind going Rillaboom and Boulder. There, got the Sun pair.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yes, you got the Torkoal Sandy Shocks, because I also wanted, you know, an Earth Power guy in grassy terrain, so there's that.
Yeah, that's true. Your ground type isn't nerfed by the terrain.
Exactly. Yep. So that was my thought process the first half of the draft. Then the back half of the draft was just basically, you know, a little Killua spice, a little onesie Banette spice, and yeah, that's how we got here. It's awesome. And going into the next team it's actually funny, right? So I mentioned it multiple times already that like this is not really a Sun team, and freaking Padel said the same thing. Meanwhile, Padel has freaking Mono Trick Room. This team is hilarious, bro. This team is hilarious. No, it's scary, but at the same time, like I know it's gimmick, and I'm so excited to see it pop off. Like this looks like this. You thought my team was fun? This looks like button clicking a bonanza right here. Oh my goodness.
Man, Hoopa Unbound is the GOAT. Top 1 mon of all time, by the way.
Hoopa Unbound is probably the most insane wall breaker in recent memory. Like, this thing has, like, yeah, 80 base speed is slow nowadays, but, like, if it's banded with hyperspace, good luck. If it specs with side shock to catch the Blissey, good luck. Like, it can do so many different things. Oh yeah,
you're talking with, you have Hoopa Unbound as a great wall breaker, and then you also have Ursaluna Blood Moon on here. That's just gonna break. You know, you bring physical Hoopa, you bring special Ursaluna, and you're just destroying every single wall that wants us in front of this team.
Yeah, and then if all else fails,
here for Hoopa,
yeah,
is so perfect for either if you want to run Trick Room in a week. All right, you can do Hoopa and Trick Room because you can do 80 with the what is it? Room service. You want to speed him out because he needs to outspeed stuff? Well, you can scarf him this week if you need the speed. If you don't need the speed and you're at a good speed tier this week, you can slap the Bander Scarf. That 80 is perfect for this team going fast or slow.
No, I couldn't agree more with you. But like, I joke around when I say it's Mono Trick Room, like, because like it still has like some speed demons and Gengar at 110, Meow at 123. Like they can just sit in the back, be scarfed, and then just lock into Shadow Ball, Flower Trick, Sledge Wave, whatever, and clean up that way. And you also have priority in Back Wave in Blood Moon as well. What else was I gonna say? We didn't really talk about Terras that much, with the first two teams, but I'm really excited to see. This is the first time we're seeing Stellar being used, and it's going to be a Terra Diancie. So Terra Diancie is going to be Fairy, Steel, and Stellar. Embor took a page a little bit out of the Mad Mac playbook and rocked with Fire, Rock, but with Grass instead of normal. Embor and Trick Room might do some damage too. Not gonna lie.
I was gonna say that Stellar Terra on Diancie might just go so hard because if I'm correct, doesn't Stellar the way it works is that the first hit, no matter what type you get hit by, you resist the hit, correct?
Right.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
It is the perfect opportunity for Diancie to set up either a rock polish in a week or get off a free meteor beam and set up his special attack for going nuts.
Yeah, no.
So I see the vision with Stellar.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see Stellar. With not a single person used Stellar last season. I'm pretty sure it was legal, but like nobody decided to draft it anyway because it was in the 2-point tier. But moved it down to 1 point, and I'm so glad that people are using Terra Stellar this season. And Fidel's gonna be the first coach to use it. I'm excited. I'm very excited. Any last thoughts on this team? I know I've been going, Trick Room and Room Service and all that wonderful stuff, but is there anything else we missed?
Yeah, so you talked about Trick, but, we also have great speed, like you said with Meowscarada. I think this Pokemon is under tiered. I think 16 points is an absolute steal for this Mon. It's probably top 5 in draft in my mind. That might be a little bit of a hot take, but being able to change your typing, having such good coverage, being able to hit with Flower Trick, Knockoff, Triple Axle, Play Rough, U-Turn, you can run fast sets, you can put a band on that thing, you can run it with spikes if you want. It's just a great Pokemon that looks incredible on this team to round out, versus your slow speeds, you got that something that's really fast.
Yeah. You have your Trick Room set up, and then you can just have Meow in the back, and then just lock in the Flower Trick and clean up from there. Yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself. What's up?
There's one issue I have with the team.
What's that?
Your Steel type is an Orthworm.
Meaning. Go on. Meaning.
Orthworm. He's, as much as I love Orthworm, and he's a great looking Pokemon, Orthworm struggles a lot when it needs to be the only bulky Steel or only Fairy resist really on a team, which is the case for this team. Unless you're running a super bulky Gengar 1 week, then I won't hold it to you.
Yeah.
But Orthworm struggles because his recovery isn't very good, and his setup takes a lot of preparation to get off.
And there's no Wish Passer.
Every single week.
There's no Wish Passer on this team to pass into Orthworm. Like, if this Hatterene was like a Sylveon, I could see Orthworm, pop off with the Iron Defense Body Press sets. But with the lack of recovery, like you said, I don't know, man. Like, Moonblast looking kind of free, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Because considering most of your offensive fairies, not all, are super specially offensive, that 70 HP, 55 Spadef being your only way to answer fairy types, your entire team now is on a timer of just how long will your Steel last until that fairy's just able to go nuts on the team.
Yeah, how long is your Steel going to last? How long Trip Room is going to last? There's a lot of factors. So this team easily, out of the 3 so far, has the most upside, but like, with upside, there's also potential to crash out and burn down. So, again, I love the vision, Padel. I see the vision, and I'm excited to see you pop off with this. All right. Woo, that's 3 teams in there. That's 3 teams already. Zontifer. Oh, my goodness. So, something fun. Right before this pit, so, like, Zontifer went Ursaluna round 2 and sniped Padel. And Rillaboom was on the board when Zonta picked up Sneasler right away. But Zonta went for the Arboliva. Zonta went for the Arboliva into Sneasler Corn instead of Sneasler Rillaboom. I'm sorry, I just can't stand Olive Garden, both the restaurant and the Pokemon. I just... You guys can take over and talk about this. I can't... The more I look at Arboliva... ew. Oh.
this team, I don't know. For me, I wouldn't say confusing, but for me, there's so many pieces going on that it's hard to tell what any one vision for a week could be, just because of all the pieces and how they like to do different things. But for first point, the bulk on this team is exceptional. Like the Slowbro Mandibuzz, Luna if you need it, Arcanine with Intimidate, plus Arbolive if you want to run a Harvest set and just kind of wall anything, plus including its Terra types of being Water and Fairy, some of the bulkiest typings out there. You're not gonna have problems walling most teams. You have all the resources you need for that.
Hold on. I just got a notice. I just realized this when I'm looking at it. I don't know what happened. Did I have a brain fart the other day when making these slides? But
All the point.
Quaquaval is not 10 points. Let's. Okay, let me read the points right now, because no. Okay, Sneasler 18, Ursaluna 15, Mandibuzz 12, Slowbro G 10, Espeon 8, Arcanine 11, Quaquaval 16, Arboliva 6, Rabombi 9, Lycanroc Midnight 5. That's the correct spread. So please ignore whatever's on the left side of the screen. Just focus on the center. Just focus on the center. Okay.
But even at 16 points, I really like Quaquaval on this team. It gives you some really good setup threats. I mean, you have those breakers with like Ursaluna. You have options, but I really like having Quaquaval on this that you can just set up and win every given week.
Yeah, you have an offensive spinner in Quack. You have a tried and true defogger in Mandibuzz. So like, and Magic Bounce Espeon. So your hazard control is there. Webs, I feel Webs is gonna benefit this team high key as well. Particularly the Ursaluna. Because if things are sitting on Webs, Ursaluna looking kind of fast now. Hold on.
The Webs are also great utility for any fast mons that are going to try and outpace an what is it? What's the unburdened Sneasler?
Yeah.
Sorry, I had a brain fart.
No.
But some of the fast mons in the tier, if they decide to slap on a Scarf, they'll be able to outpace it as kind of like a backup check. But the Webs are going to shut that down completely and ensure that Sneasler, no matter what the other teams cook it, Sneasler is going to outpace the entire team.
Yeah, I think this team, I don't know, like, the way I look at it, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, it looks like if Sneasler doesn't get going, like if you don't chip things down enough into Sneasler range, this team is gonna fall apart. Because like your special offense is reliant on Terra Espeon. I don't know how often you're gonna bring Cutie Rabombi. I don't know if like Arboliva doesn't really count. It's more like an AV mon and then just Giga Drains and never dies. So like
I believe it's more bulk than anything.
Yeah, so the special offense ain't really there with this team, and like if Ursaluna doesn't break like it's supposed to, then I don't know if Sneasler's gonna clean up in time. And that's just my 2 cents on the team. But like other than that,
I agree.
That's great. That's great. Great minds think alike.
You know, looking at this team, you don't even have to do Unburden on Sneasler. I think it looks really solid as like a elite Toxic Spike Pokemon, being able to wear down the whole team. Unfortunately, you don't have that like great spin blocker that you put on here to try to block a spin from that.
Yeah, I feel like if like Lycanroc Knight was changed into like, I don't know, like a Dust Noir or a Dust Clops to spin block, you might have something going. I don't know how Lycanroc Knight fits on this team. Maybe Zonta knows something that we don't, but you know, this team is interesting. This team is interesting. The double fighting, you have the Luna to break with the Slowbro G. It's interesting.
I do want to shout out though, good drafting mindset for drafting the best wall for Sneasler that exists in Slowbro G. Because that thing is just walling Sneasler for days. So if someone else were to pick that up, that's their Sneasler check. But nope.
Yeah.
You got it.
That is a heads-up play by Zonta, I cannot lie. That is a heads-up play. Well
Well,
done.
it does give you double poison, but
Yeah, double poison is not fun when you're psychic. I mean, your psychic immunity is Mandibuzz, but then outside of that, the resist is Espeon. I don't know. We'll see. Ooh, KJ's team. This is the most, like, KJ and I have been talking about this like crazy. Like, this is the most top-heavy team. This is the most top-heavy team he's ever drafted. Like, look at the top four. All the top four are like OU viable. Then you have like 2 UU mons and Metagross Hydreigon, a Terra Sinistra, and then right away to muck at 4 points. Wow, the drop off is crazy. So fun fact, this is the first coach, and KJ did this last season too. 3 Terra captains. 3 Terra captains. So KJ once again has drafted 3 Terra captains. Everybody else has been drafting 2 up to this point, but we see 3 for KJ. We got Ghost Steel Fairy for Sinistra. We got Fairy Steel Fighting for, you know, a little Carbink, a little Bink, you know what I'm saying? And then a Terra Munchlax normal water bug. I'd love to see Carbink and Munchlax come to games in Terra, but realistically, Sinistra's gonna be that guy. Sinistra's gonna be that guy. Yeah, Sinistra's that dude, bro. I mean, you heat proof, Terra out of the terrible grass typing, Strength Sap infinitely, Calm Mind, proceed to victory. And Terra Fairy on this is so good because you can't get Dragon Tailed out. It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Yeah, AJ's gonna 6-0 like 2 or 3 teams with Sinistra. It's actually just the star of the show here. You talk however much you want about Great Tusk or Ogerpon, Wellspring, but it's really just gonna be Sinistra that's gonna be the MVP here. Or
for
else
a nice
really
for a nice fat 7 points, that Sinistra got picked up, which is crazy value.
Yeah,
that is crazy value. I will note, because Pup did mention about the Ogerpon Wellspring. This will be the only time we'll see Ogerpon. We may see Ogerpon Teal, but with Ogerpon Wellspring drafted, no other coach can draft Hearthflame or Cornerstone. Yep. So KJ has control of all the mass at the moment. So that is one thing to know with this league, is that if somebody takes Hearthflame, Wellspring, Cornerstone, that's it. Nobody else can take the other mass. But you can take Teal. You can take Teal, but again, it's also a Teal. At one at like 13 points or whatever. I don't know. But
I think it's at 15.
15?
Yeah, I looked into it. It was the reason why the
okay.
value is not.
Because I know Teal is 1 less than all the other masses. So if this is 16, yeah, 15 makes sense. But with Sinistra being the superstar, look at all the surrounding pieces. You have the spinner with Tusk. You have Cinderace for court changing if you don't feel like spinning with Tusk. Slapdos, that's the homie. Slapdos is the homie. 30% of the time you get the static every time. You know the vibes. KJ loves his steals with rocks, so that's why Metagross is here. Hydreigon. A lot of people, you know, the fall off of Hydreigon isn't really as bad as people think, because you lose Roost and Defog, which suck, but you gain Stealth Rocks, which is really, really nice on this team, because Great Tusk doesn't have to be Stealth Rock anymore. You can get them up with Hydreigon or Metagross now this gen, which is fantastic. And it's just
people sleeping on Hydreigon. Like, it lost Roost and Defog, sure, but it didn't lose any of its offensive pressure at all. It is still an offensive coverage-wise beast of a Pokemon.
Yeah, and it can still hit on both sides. You can run Plot, you can run DD. The coverage is still there. You lose 2 utility pieces, but you gain a new one in Stealth Rock. So Hydreigon is still that dude. If piloted correctly, and I have faith in KJ that KJ can pilot correctly. Just don't let him pilot an airplane. Just don't let him pilot an airplane. I know he's been flying like crazy during the actual draft and stuff like that. So we'll let my guy rest home sweet home in EST and all of that. But this team overall, I don't know about you guys, this might be the most like this might be the most balanced team. This like when it's all said and done, this might be top 5 if not top 3 when we get to PRs. I know it's top heavy, but
it's a little predictable is the issue with the team. That just comes with being top heavy.
Right.
Because, Muck and Carbink and Munchlax, they might come each of them to one game specifically where they have a matchup they need it for. But otherwise, he's working off of 7 Pokemon.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad, because each of the 7 Pokemon, they all have good options and work around each other really well. But it still makes prepping against him a little bit easier.
Right. It's not as unpredictable as like Mad Mac and myself, in the sense that like okay, you have 4 of these mons plus Hydra and Metagross, and then what happens after that? Whereas like Mad Mac and I are from the top down. It's just like, oh, this is a threat. Oh wait, you have this threat too. Wait, what? So
yeah,
I can see where Pup is going with this. Yeah, absolutely.
And I also think that you got to put a little bit of respect on Carbink. I think it's going to be forced into a couple of games here, but it's also just a good hazard setter for this team. That I think the team actually really benefits from that, being able to just destroy stuff with Hydreigon or Great Tusk or Ogerpon. You get a bunch of those spikes and Stealth Rock stuff. But it's really your only fairy type outside of the Sinistra with Terra. So Dragon types go kind of crazy into the team, especially because most of them get some sort of ground coverage that can take care of Metagross or even take care of that Carbink. So I feel like it might be forced to come to a couple games to actually check something. But definitely huge weakness to Dragon on this team.
Yeah, I kind of wish, like when I was like, I can't believe X and Y was 10 years ago, because I always thought that Carbink evolved into Diancie. So like,
it's one of those things. Like it's like one of those things. Like Carbink should evolve into Diancie. Same with Love Disc should evolve into Lomomola, but
they don't. They don't. It's just like,
but they don't.
it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, Carbink with a Violite would go hard, but that's not the gen we're in right now. But yeah, this team, this top heavy team is going to be a force to be reckoned with if piloted correctly. But I have faith in KJ that he can pilot this correctly. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see that. How do you pronounce this? Wikiwachi? Wishiwashis? Wikiwachi?
The Wikiwachi.
The www.wishiwashi team. I'm not gonna lie, I was so scared.
Chatters, by the way. We see y'all. As much as we're schmoovin', we see y'all. Love y'all.
Oh, man. I was so scared that Lily was gonna go mono freaking fighting with Val and Urshifu Rapid. I was so scared. But then I saw Scream Tail and was relieved. And I was so relieved. Like, I mean, later on in the draft, you got like Blaziken and Decidueye, Hisui, and Cobalion. There's 5 fighting types on this team. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
There's a lot of them.
Wait a minute. Bro's running freaking Lily's running a dojo out here. Just, Sorry.
Team's got a few common weaknesses. Just a few, though. Maybe just a bit.
I will say, though, so fighting types fall over to, like, Future Sight and Moonblast, Draining Kiss, and all those things. Goldengo, young Plank from Ed, and Eddie is on this team. And I gotta say, if you want fighting immunity, fairy resist, and 1, Goldengo's your guy, man. Number 1,000 in the Pokédex. But unfortunately, with this team, it's going to be, designated in a defensive role. You gotta be like bold with T-Wave and all this crap. Goldango really wants to be like plot and just spam make it rain, but with this setup, it's gonna be forced a lot into recover and T-Wave sets, unfortunately. Sucks.
No, yeah, I agree.
Whenever that Mon goes down, I mean, it's really over for this team when you run into a second type or a strong type. Even if anything comes that has, like, Shadow Ball for coverage for Goldango, I mean, you hit it once or twice, and the game is blown wide open from then on out.
Which is rough because a lot of fairies and psychics get that Shadow Ball coverage. That's just one of those moves that's handed out pretty fairly.
Yeah, the Shadow Ball distribution to fairies is pretty high. What? Did I lose you guys? Uh-oh.
Yo,
I do like the Terra Captains on this. I like Cobalion. You don't really usually see it in a Terra Captain role.
I'm very excited to see Cobalion. I'm very excited to see it. I think the Terras make sense on it. I like the
Poison is
steel.
great.
I like the dark for justified purposes. Poison is an interesting one. Does it not get gunk shot or something? Does it not get gunk
It's
shot?
got to get something, but I think it's just
P-Jack?
good for another fairy resist on the team.
Which it desperately needs, because we don't want Plank to be the designated fairy switch in all the time. That's not fun.
Yeah.
That's not.
yeah, it looks like it's nice and P-Jab for Cobalion. No dunk shot.
I mean, that's still definitely usable.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Absorb some T-Spike since your only removal is that Decidueye clicking Defog.
That might be the entire reason behind the Terra
Definitely
Poison.
something.
Because T-Spikes against this team for its bulk, against like a Screamtail or an Umbreon or a Rhydon, or just chip on his more offensive members, goes a long way.
Oh,
I
that's
didn't notice
right. There's
the
no
grounded
poison on this team. You could have had an Okidogi or a Toxicroak, but you chose Terra Poison Cobalion. Interesting, Lily.
You also could have picked anything that's not a fighting type.
That's true.
Too soon! Too soon! Where'd my music go? Oh, it paused because it thought I was sleeping. Whoopsies.
You could have picked up, and instead of Blaziken, you could have picked up Nice and Dragalge in the same point tier, and that would have done so much.
Ooh, Dragalge on this team would kind of go hard. Not
It
gonna
would be-
lie. You have your
would be a threat.
T-Spikes. You got the slow flip turned into Val or Shifu.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Dragalge would go so hard on this. I'm not gonna lie, unfortunately, I think this is the weakest team that we've seen so far. But, like, I mean, one of these fighting types is gonna pop off, surely. Like, sure.
You got 5 of them. One of them's gonna do work.
One of them's gonna be your kill leader. I'm gonna laugh so hard if you have 5 fighting types and your kill leader is freaking Goldango. I will laugh so hard.
I mean, it's not even gonna be able to excel in that role anyways, because like we said, it has to always be defensive on this team.
Oh,
You know,
before
we've been talking about.
yeah.
Shout out Webs, by the way.
I was just gonna say, we
Shout out
forgot
the
about the
webs.
webs! The webs!
Yes.
The webs
Shout out the
into
webs,
Val
Valiant,
and
webs,
Shifu.
Urshifu.
Oh, man. No, wait, this is not
Is
Blaziken
Blaziken-
with Speed Boost. My bad. My bad.
No.
My bad.
No, I had to think about it for a second.
I was
too.
like, wait. Oh, no. Because it is 9 points. I did get this slide right, at least. I did get this slide right,
No.
at least. Alright.
But
Oh,
Vigavolt Webs is some good utility.
Vikavolt Webs is gonna go nice. Does Rhydon get Rock Polish? Does Rhydon get Rock Polish?
I don't think so.
Eh,
Maybe it does.
If it does, you could like, well, because I know Rhyperior does. So, I don't know. Maybe you could throw up
Let me see.
webs and go into Terra Rhydon and Rock Polish and just click things. I don't know. Rock Water Flying is you know,
I was incorrect. It does get rock polish.
huh? You
I
could
mean,
have.
as soon as you do that, you're getting rid of your only, or one of your only flying resists, which goes insane into this team.
Yeah. Flying does go
Because your
hard.
electric type is a bug type.
Again, I love Plank. I think it's great, but like you're pigeonholing it into FizzDev Bold sets, and it's just Plank doesn't really want to do that. But I'm sure Lily will find find a way to figure it out. I'm sure Lily will find a way to figure that out. Well, it's been a minute. Lily was a season 1 coach, so it's nice to have her back. It's nice to have her back. And we go from a season 1 coach. We go from a season 1 coach to a brand new coach, Adam, aka Aperator 54, coach from the Chesney Park Slowpokes. 4 Iron Mons and a Pincurchin walk into a bar, right? Come on now, bruh. Come on now, bruh. What is this? I don't want to play this. What is this?
Yeah, and on top of the Iron Mons, you got Sceptile with Unburden in the back, too.
Oh my goodness. I can't. Huge missed opportunity to be Terra Sceptile, by the way. You might have saved more points. But nah, let's put Terra Electric, Stellar, and Bug on Palmon, because double shot goes burr. Why not?
He invested all of his stock into Electric Terra Palmon.
Oh!
You gotta respect it, though.
Is that who I think it is? Is that who I think it is? What is going on, brother?
Oh, it's good, brother. Let me tell you.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good to hear you. This is Blazeman, a season 2 coach. Unfortunately, not a season 3 coach because we still don't know what's going on with this capture card. But you know, I'll help him out. I'll help him out sooner rather than later. But it's nice to see. It's nice to see you, Blazeman. It's nice to see you.
Oh, of course, always. As I said, there's no you without me. We are together. We are a team now.
Yeah, I would have been so sad if like Blazeman's not there for when we rate CJ's team because we're just gonna go.
Come on now.
Oh man, I know you wouldn't miss that, bro. I know you wouldn't miss that.
No, never. I'm here.
But here's my thing with Adam's team. Iron Bundle, I don't classify Iron Bundle as a water type. I classify it as an ice type. No secondary water. No secondary water. You're asking to miss a Hydro Pump one of these days. You're really like rolling the dice here.
I just want to point out, if you position Iron Bundle, I used Iron Bundle in a season that just finished up recently.
Okay.
Over the course of 8 weeks, I only missed 1 Hydro Pump. And the reason being, if you position yourself so you never have to click that button, you never miss it.
Right,
You know what? I like that logic. I like that. It's like, why miss the Hydro button when you don't have to click it at all? That is a fair point.
Exactly.
That's like a backwards version of hitters never miss. It's just if you don't hit it, you don't have to miss. It makes no sense whatsoever. It's like, just don't click the move and you won't miss.
I feel like...
Listen, if
it
works, it works.
I feel like also what would help if you don't feel like drafting a water type, you could have saved some points. Again, this is why I think Terra Sceptile should have been a thing. It would allow you to get points to be Terra Water on Goodra. Goodra gets served. Goodra gets served. It also has Sap Sipper. So Terra Water with Sap Sipper, the only thing you can kill Goodra at that point is an electric move. And what sane person is going to click an electric move in front of Goodra? I'll wait. You know what I mean?
He had to invest all of his stocks in the Terra Electric Polbot. He's out of money now.
Oh my goodness. I hope it works out for bro, but you know, again, the points could have been allocated very, very differently. I always say as well, we see the Mimikyu at the very, very end of the draft, almost. I always say to people, Mimikyu's the fairy you pick up when you have leftover points and forgot to draft a fairy.
Absolutely.
No. I kind of rate Mimikyu, to be fair. I don't know about that.
It is a fantastic ghost type and a middling okay fairy type.
Yeah, you drafted it for the ghost type. No way is it a fairy type. You can't draft it to be a fairy type.
And again, you could have had points if you didn't have Terrapamon to have your fairy on something.
Honestly, agreed. He's invested all of his money from his advert into Terrapamon.
Bruh. So
I want to point out with this team is very, very specially offensive. Because Iron Treads most weeks is going to be more utility. It's going to slap on Earthquake and hit pretty hard, but otherwise, there's so much special offense on this team compared to, like, your physical threats are Palmot,
Sceptile, yeah.
maybe Sceptile if it decides to run physical in a week, which most weeks I feel like it's going to force to be. because the special just
Because
presence
you
on
have
your team otherwise is way
Unburden
too high.
with you know the little cushion over there on the left hand side. You know what I'm saying? He do be squishy though. He do be squishy though.
If you bring a team full of assault vests into this, then you win every time.
Just mono assault vest. Just freaking.
Wow, his team is. Oh yeah, wow.
I'm just saying, AVR believe into this team. We saw a coach with it. I'm just saying.
Is it Terra though? Is it Terra?
He's the R believer? Yeah.
What types was it?
Yeah.
I think it was
I'm
like
very-
grass, water, and like fire.
Fairy. No,
Fairy?
grass, water, fairy.
Grass, water, fire.
Yeah, wow.
If you tear it out, then you're just getting a one shot by Terra Palma clicking double
I was
shot.
gonna say anything. I was gonna say anything that's not grass against fucking robot. So he's just feeding into the stock.
Adam has either cooked something super super delicious or something super super stale. No in between.
Yo, he's in the chat. It's good.
Oh, I haven't checked chat in a
He
minute.
said,
What do you say?
he said, I have 5 knockoff mods. Try the AV.
What?
Oh,
Every
they.
mon clicks knockoff and then gets one shot back.
I was gonna say yeah. I was gonna say.
That's great.
It's so good to have
Oh,
Adam in this
yeah.
season. It really is. He's such a goofball. I love him. I love him. Oh man.
How many have I missed, boys? I'm sorry, I'm a bit unprofessional. I was a bit late. My bad.
You're not even halfway. You're not even halfway, guy. You're not even halfway.
How many have we done?
This is number 7, I think.
Yep,
Oh, is it?
number 7.
No, 8. 8. No, we're on 8. So Adam was 7.
Okay.
So Aperator was 7. This is number 8. So this is Hunter of the Nova Scotia Necrozmas.
I love the 8.
Yeah, Annihilate round 1 is certainly a choice. But then you got Terrapagos. You got Terrapagos right underneath
This
it.
team is.
Oh, ooh, scary,
I
scary,
know.
scary. You thought my Sun team was scary? Look at this. We got Terra Fair. We got Terra Belly Bolt, my goat. We got a little aloe action over here as well. Hold on. This is getting a little spicy.
Aloe plus
I've never seen it.
is just never gonna die.
Yeah.
Infinite health.
He's got way too much defense. Way too much.
Infinite health glitch. the webs with both Ape and Roaring Moon is
No, I like
so
any webs
tasty.
plus. Any webs plus 8 I always approve.
No, Webs plus Annihilate actually goes so hard because Annihilate gets Defiant. Like actually.
Oh.
That actually is a big brain play by Hunter. I cannot lie. That is a big brain play.
He's drafted the only good defaulting ghost type in Decidueye in Deki Dewey. He has done well.
I love me some Decadooey, yo. Season 1 me,
You know.
Season 1 me. If you know, man. Listen, Decadooey as your only defogger, it can be done. It can be done, people.
Well, it wasn't your only default, it was your only fucking hazard remover, let alone...
Hey! But every time it came, it won. All right, don't disrespect my goat. Don't disrespect my goat
No,
like that. Listen,
No,
Hunter's got some of my Season 1 goats and freaking Decadooey, Terra Belly Bolt. I mean, I was water over dragon, but it's still a demon. Still a demon.
Yeah,
I even ran
Terra
soak toxic versus shaded, bro. That's freaking filthy. That's freaking filthy.
That was disgusting.
That was freaking filthy. Is this Sun team better than mine? Like, be honest. What y'all think?
Nah.
I don't know, man.
Because the only real Sun abuser is, I guess Heat Train
Roaring
counts
Moon.
for the Sun boost, but Roaring Moon is really the premier abuser here.
Heat
I don't
Train
really
is not a Sun abuser anymore. It lost Eruption.
Oh, that's fair. No more Scarf Eruption in the Sun.
Nope.
Very sad.
Very big
I
sad.
don't really get the Terra type on this team. I don't know why you Terra steal an Aloma Mola.
I don't know why you Terra
Honestly, I
Steel
don't like Terra
Aloe.
Lulamola at all.
No,
I mean, I don't like Aloma Mola. I mean, the situation's literally right there, but I mean, you know what?
Yeah, right?
Hey, if I get 150 subs, maybe instead of karaoke, we'll just do a whole roast of Paloma Mola featuring the squad plus Shadow Stitch. We'll get everybody in here and just roast Aloe for like 20, 30 minutes.
Anyone that you can sub on any day is just so bad.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if you want to do one terror with Belly Bolt being kind of a defensive terror, maybe a little bit offensive, I feel like either Decidueye or even Terra Ninetales with just Terra Fire, just if you wanted to run a utility or if you want to run offensive in the sun, that would have done so much better than Alomomola.
Yeah.
Makes it actually threatening. I mean, why are you Terra Dragon Belly Bolt? What does Dragon give you that Fairy does? You know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh,
sorry, I'll bring the roasting. That's why you don't want to be.
Oh,
no,
man.
I think honestly, this team it could use like literally just drop Ninetales and pick up a better Terra Captain than Aloe.
Wait a minute.
Just grab something better so you can actually have some more offensive pressure. Because right now you're chilling with potentially set up Annihilate. You have probably.
Oh, wait a minute. Pup is kind of right. Where's your special offense, party people?
It's
like Ninetales.
Yeah, it's Ninetales. If you would have teared Ninetales, that's your special offense. But if it's just regular Ninetales, I don't think that counts.
No, because regular Ninetales is just gonna get up the sun and like baton pass or healing wish into Moon or Tran or whatever the heck.
I also just want to point out he has a Heatran, a Ninetales, a Belly Bolt. He has no ground immunity.
I was going to say, yeah, there is no... Decidueye's doing it again.
Decidueye doing it again, folks!
He's doing it again. He's got to remove this. His ground... Oh, my God. He's got his whole poison. What the fuck?
Yeah, his ground type weakness is evident. So, like, Belly Bolt, again, your Belly Bolt Terra types, instead of Dragon, just Terra Flying on that thing. That's so much better.
I feel like this guy had it, and then like Decidueye, he just fumbled the bag. He's just fucked.
Listen. If I can run success with Decidueye, Defog, /Hazard, / freaking ground resist all in one package, anything can happen. I have faith in Hunter that Hunter can pop off with this. Don't listen to Blaze. I have faith in you. You have 2 of my goats. Use them well, please.
This team has the tools to win games. It's just going to be a rough go of it for a lot of matchups.
You're going to need to drag it. You're going to need to drag out these games. You're going to need to drag out these games. If you're going to win, you just need to like make it like at least 20, 30 turns. And then just DD at the 37th turn or something.
100 turn games minimum.
I think if you change your Terra type to flying, me and Matt can at least sleep at night. I think. Don't you agree?
I can sleep better at night.
I agree.
Actually, speaking of sleep, this team lives in my nightmares like rent free. You have regen.
Love the sand.
Oh, the sand, regen sand. Who? Do you have fun? Do you play anything else, Shadow? Because I feel like you don't. Like you drafted sand last time with Tar, Excadrill, Zapdos Season 2. Now you went Tar, Drill, Torrentee with Hydrapple and freaking Hex. God Lord.
I want to point out Probopass gets Sand Force. It is a sand abuser. Threat.
Ew.
Threat spotted.
Ew. Good Lord.
Fucking Mario over here is going to be destroying teams really fucking terrible.
He's got Pablo Sanchez over there in the top in between. He's got Pablo. That's what helps me sleep at night. Is like, okay, at least he has Pablo. And very interesting types with Pablo as well. Because you could have had Bug for 1 point, but nah, my man said, let me get Bug, Fairy, and Fire. I've never seen that trio before.
I've never seen. I mean, what's wrong with dual stab fire? Like, what's wrong with that?
Or dual stab fighting, like.
It just clicked for me the regen mods. I was like, oh yeah, what is it? Hydrapple. That's a good mod. And then I totally just blanked on the whole Toxapex Tornadus over there. Oh my Lord.
Yeah, because Hunter has regen with Aloe and Amoonguss. This is Torn, Hydrapple, Pex. Why?
Guarantee you Amoonguss was a snipe for this team. This team originally wanted, not Amoonguss, Alomomola.
Oh yeah,
It
definitely.
was nice.
They probably wanted a lower roller and a move, so they just got settled for a high platform.
This, all jokes aside, this team is actually insane.
It's great. It's so good.
I actually can't think of a way to break it. I've actually been sat here and I can't think of a way to break it off the top of my head. So yeah.
No, it's really
Because you
like,
can't even sub because you've got Sylvie on for subs. So I'm like, fuck.
yeah, you can't even run subsets because of Sylv. That's right. Pup, you want anything to add? Yeah.
What I'm thinking is, on this team, you're either running mono heavy-duty boots or you're relying on Excadrill to spin every week.
Oh, true, yeah.
Oh, Torn lost defog. That's right. That's right.
Once you use,
I was forgetting that. Yeah, okay. Have to take that.
yeah, so maybe you have a little bit of opportunity. If they're running mono boots, you knock them off instead of hazards. If not, you can abuse that in other ways. But you really don't want to be relying on Excadrill in every single matchup to get rid of hazards.
I mean,
This is where Adam comes in with it.
yeah, it's
To be
not
fair,
that
though,
like.
Rotom and Torn both appreciate boots, even on teams that have really good removal, because they're always swapping in and out, in and out, in and out.
I think they're just staple. They're just staple items nowadays. They're just accustomed to wearing boots.
Yeah, they can't leave the house without them nowadays. It's just it's a necessity. The boots got to be on their feet.
They've got those apple bottom jeans with the boots. They're not fair because that's unfair.
This team has to be at least top 3 when it's all said and done.
It's fantastic. It's really good.
I think if it had more raw special offense, it'd be better.
Oh, true, because your
relying
special
on
offense is like Sylv, maybe Hydrapple, because it gets nasty plot, but like, I don't know, it's too slow to like get that going. I don't know.
I think if they had
Nasty Plot coming off a 120 base stat isn't horrible.
But it's also 30 base speed.
It's just slow. It's just slow as dirt.
Yeah.
To be fair though, unless you're an ice type, you're not killing it in one hit though. You have to give it that.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
I want to see them fickle beams pop off. That's what I want to see.
So.
Was it 130 is the most damage, isn't it? Something like that?
Yeah, I think it swaps between like 80 and 130 or something like that.
That's such random numbers. Like,
yeah, no.
Yeah,
the
it's
other two
good.
heads
really
just
funny.
magically come out, and you're just like, yay, let's kill this today. That's what
it's base 80 power, and then has a 30% chance to double in power every time you use it. So it's 80 or 160.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's fucking.
Yeah, that is pretty bonkers. I can't lie, but
that's gambling right there.
that is some gambling. First off, I want to before we get into this team, I just want to say that freaking Hydroxide Ant is such a goat for. I think he took over for either Fist or Shaded.
No, it was Shaded.
Yeah, he took over for Shaded, and like now he's a regular in the PDD community. So you're a real one for taking over for Shaded and actually uploading on time. And now he's a main coach. So we got Chiyu, Corv, Wake. Like, I'm not gonna lie, if I didn't pick up Torkoal at the top where I was, this guy was most certainly going to get Torkoal. Can you imagine Torkoal on this team? Woo!
How He's got like the start of Sun but no setter. What the fuck?
Well, it's kind of my fault.
He needs
not
that
gonna
Sash
lie.
Vulpix.
Oh yeah, young Vulpix.
Sash Vulpix.
This man needs to prank them on like people need fucking crack cocaine or something. Jesus Christ.
Really interesting types on the Florges. Hold on. Fairy Grass Flying for Florges. Very, very interesting.
Right. This man, he's just banking on people not bringing his steel types.
Yeah. Because a guy like me, like, I can see the vision with grass, but take the flying out for freaking ground or fire, bro. Come on now.
I don't really understand the Regieleki though. I mean, aren't you supposed to draft on teams where they don't bring ground types? Yet you've got fucking many ground weaknesses.
And you don't have a grass type to punish grounds. Yeah. I think it was just picked up. I think it was just picked up as another form of spinning. Because, like, if Regieleki doesn't
spinning
spin...
in streams, I guess.
Yeah. If you don't spin with a Lecky, you have to rely on Mesa over there on the bottom right corner.
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, like, Espresso in Puddle for me has been fantastic, but
Oh, he's dropped the espresso. Let's go.
yeah, bro, Espresso is so freaking goated, but it can only do so much. It can only do so much.
Yeah, I guess the other spinner is just so his Avalugg is free to be as offensive as possible, not having to bring spin. So I get it. But this team just looks like a lot of different pieces that don't really fit together really well.
You know when you try and like jam a jigsaw puzzle together, it doesn't really fit.
Yeah.
It looks like he's done that.
Like technically all the pieces are there, but I don't think they're meshing.
He's put the four corners in the wrong way around, and that's what he's done.
I'm telling you, if you take something, if you take Dunsparce off for Vulpix, you might have something. You might have something going. Who knows? You might have something.
Yeah, he needs Vulpix like yesterday. Is what he needs.
He said yesterday.
Huge speed drop from Regieleki is your fastest Mon, and then normally that's always going to be Regieleki is your fastest Mon. But your second fastest Mon is Walking Wake at base 109.
And oh my god, he hasn't even cracked 110. That's rough.
Yeah, that's real rough because all them fast Mons in the league are just going to have a field day, being as offensive as possible.
They can run like Adamant or Modest now at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like
look at like Bandit.
Because they don't need to worry about they're not outspeeding a Regieleki anyway.
yeah,
So-
just bring the ground type and you're
Just
chilling.
bring the ground type. Regieleki is a non-issue.
Yeah.
Look at like Scarf Lando, it just doesn't work.
A Scarf Lando. Yeah, Scarf Lando kinda, once you get rid of Corv. Actually, maybe not Scarf Lando. You could run like, I think it kept Smackdown. I know it lost Rock
It did keep
Polish,
Smackdown, yeah.
but it kept Smackdown
No,
at
it
least
kept
for
Smackdown.
Corv.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and
It's
also
grounded.
Smackdown also hits Weezing
Gravity,
as
yeah.
well. Oh. Yeah, whoever has Lando I, run Smackdown versus
Listen.
Hydro and you're chilling.
Gravity Nasty Plot Lando is a threat.
Gravity Sandy Shocks is a threat.
I think Sandy Shocks is just a threat, period, to
Right,
this
I
team.
was going to say, yeah, you can grab a ton of Sandy Shocks. It's fucking thunderbolt that cork out. Just scary.
Pup, any last words before we go to the next team?
I don't know, man. I think this team is good, but it's not quite there.
It's missing a sunset today. Literally, it's missing it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I can't say too much because I play them too. I don't want to, give away
Oh, yeah.
any change.
All right.
Not playing anything.
No worries. We're gonna keep pushing. Oh, here's the Lando I team. Oh, would you look at that?
Here is the threat.
Okay.
Here's the threat.
So season one, King Rock was a finalist, and season 2, King Rock was a champion with Terra Iron Thorns.
Oh,
Bro even had the keychain. Like, Iron Thorns is Terra banned because of King Rock. And so if you want to win PDD, you got to get through King Rock. And good lord, chilly reception into backs is just disgusting.
Chilly into backs, and then chilly reception into the goated Sand/Alola. Look at him down there.
Oh, man.
He's not saying it, though.
Trap-inch, maybe.
Listen, Trapinch off of base 100 first impression. No sleep.
Hey, man, yeah, gotta get rid of the darks and psychic types somehow, man. Gotta get rid of
Exactly.
those.
Clear up the room for Flow King to go crazy.
Terra Jolteon, so like you don't see Terra Bug on Jolteon every day, but like Jolteon used to have Signal Beam, so I respect like I respect King Rock for using Terra Bug on Jolteon to pay homage. Like, hey man, I miss Signal Beam. I want to hit the fat grasses. So like it's nice to see.
Lose Signal Beam?
Signal Beam's not in the game, period.
Yeah.
So you gotta run
it'd be so
Terra
nice to
Blast
see the
Bug.
Terra Blast.
And I think that's really, really
King
cool.
Rock's-
I think that's really, really
He's
cool.
probably just seeing something that we're all not.
If you put Terra Grass instead of Terra Bug on this thing, it would be crazy. Being able to take out like Quagsire, Gastrodon, stuff that's really annoying.
Oh, Swampert. Yeah.
That's like the age-old debate where you run Terra Fairy and then until you say Swampert, oh, I need grass.
I was gonna say, are any of those ground water types drafted? Only
I don't know.
Swampert. Only
Only
Swampert
Swampert.
is drafted.
Oh. But
so
then
only 1 week matchup for the grass would be there.
oh,
He's got a Whimsicott.
He's got-
Whimsicott.
he's got Whimsicott. He'll be all right. He'll be all right.
He's turned the cycles there. Oh shit, boys, it's over.
I feel like the superstar on this team really is probably gonna be Samurott Hisui. Like this thing
he's
always
gonna
go
use that.
if this thing always goes within the first 2 rounds. Like being able to set up
It's always a
spikes,
second round thing.
being able to set up spikes 95% of the time, like without actually clicking the spikes button, is fantastic. Ceaseless Edge is so
Samurott, I
cheap.
think it got sniped 3 picks before me. Otherwise, I would have picked it up on the second turn on the wheel over Tinglu.
Oh
And
really?
It's just that good. It's so good. It is
I think
such a good mod.
If Samurott makes it past the 3rd round, I think either no one wants it or no one understands how to use it. That's my opinion.
Unfortunately, though, they have the spin blocker of Terra Cyclozar, and that's
Yeah, that's
their only thing. They
honestly-
don't even have something to block.
Terra Cyclozar is interesting because it does get shift gear coming off of base 123 or 125 base speed. He can start zooming. He can start zooming. That boy
I feel like with the
fast.
I feel like with King Rock, he's already seeing something that no one else is seeing, so he's probably going to bring something that none of us can even predict. And we'll just be like, well, that's going on.
Yeah, like Blaze said, man. Like you want to win, like you gotta get. If you want to win PDD, get the King Rock. And we look at this, and like King Rock has drafted another masterpiece. Like we said last season, we said King Rock was like a top 3 team. I think he's done it again. Along with
I think
Shadow
not-
Stitch.
Yeah.
It's up there with Shadow Stitch. Like, I don't know how we always let this happen in PDD, but it happens. Good lord. And like, apparently he's also in Pack as well. Like, Pack must be suffering. Pack must be suffering trying to beat him.
He's probably leading Pack, to be honest. Let's be honest.
Yeah. That wouldn't surprise me.
No, I agree.
Me. So, you know what surprises me though is I don't know. Like, does anyone know how Razor drafts? Because I never understand like any of Razor's drafts, and then he'll just cook me with like a Terra Colossal or like a freaking Fizz Depth Shaman or
That
something.
Colossal was
crap.
fair.
That Colossal was too much sauce. Like, bro was cooking.
That was muy caliente. All the sauce.
So this team, for context, out of all the coaches that were like, you know, because obviously when we draft, then there's a grace period for 24 hours. Razor's grace period, I say, was very, very active. Like, first of all, he sniped my shift tree for absolutely no reason, just to drop it, thankfully. But I don't know. You guys think grace period saved Razor? I think so.
What was his team before grace period? I don't remember. I'm honest.
All right, let me. Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up while we're. It's in the transaction log somewhere. It's in there.
Okay, I'm quickly talk about the team now. Though I mean, I don't know. I feel like this team's kind of like what was the team we just talked about? I feel like it's Hydrox and his team. It's kind of each team. It's kind of getting together.
All right,
like,
so.
really,
So he dropped Shiftry, Gyarados, and Skeledirge to pick up Eel, Zoroark, Clawitzer, or Oricorio. That's what happened.
I don't know. I probably would have kept Skeledirge. I would have kept Skeledirge and Gyarados because he's not Terran or Clawitzer, so it's kind
Yeah,
of
but the
pointless.
thing is with Skelly is just like, I don't think Fire Ghost is as good defensively as it is offensively. I'd rather pick up Terra Crocolore and use the points somewhere else. I feel like Fire Ghost is like a weird typing defensively. It's a weird typing defensively.
I agree, but on this team it kind of works because now he has a shit fire type and no ghost type, so it doesn't really work, if you ask me.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have a real fire type anymore. It's how often are you bringing, the fire? I mean, the fire Oricorio's here just for the freaking slideshow, but how often is it coming to games? Realistically, you're probably going to bring Sensu, the ghost one, Or Pom Pom, the electric one, if we're being real.
I think as much as I respect the Electros pick, I would have done something differently. Because even on the Terra Wits with Old Core, they're not really worth it. I mean, they're good ones, but not really that scary.
Bro, I feel like Okadogi as a Terra Captain is super, super dope, but you could have spread the points around. You could have had Terra Oricorio plus, like, Eel or Clawitzer to spread the points around.
I think even if you just did Terra Wits plus Oricorio, it made more sense, because then at least you can justify the picks because of that. You get 2 Terra Captains, you know?
I don't think he had the budget for both Okidogi and Oricorio. And if he did, he would probably have to settle for like Bug or some crap on Dog.
Or just do Oricorio and Witzer instead of Okidogi.
I mean, Okidogi is probably one of the top 3 Terramons, up there with like Ceruledge and Arcanine.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
I feel like Okidogi, if you're gonna pick it up, you should Terra it because you have the option.
Yep.
But that just makes the Clawitzer and Oricorio picks more baffling, because if you're going into it picking up, you know you're gonna Terra Okidogi when you pick it up. Then the value of Clawitzer and Oricorio, you know going into the picks, you're not gonna Terra them.
That is literally what I'm trying to say. That is,
yeah,
I'm so behind the Terra Okidogi, but just don't draft mobs that you're not going to use.
Yeah, exactly. Because how many games is that Clawitzer actually going to come to?
I used to really like Clawitzer back in the day, but then I realised it's just an AV mod. It just is.
Oh wait, I know why Oricorio's here. I know why Oricorio's here. It's the defogger. It's the freaking defogger, guys.
Does it get defogged?
Yeah, because Lando lost it. Lando lost defog, so Oricorio is... Yeah.
Does he have a spinner, or is he relying fully on
There's no
Oricorio?
spinner. It's just defog Oricorio. Listen, it's one thing for me to draft Decadui defog only back in the day. This is completely different. This is completely different. Oricorio is not built to defog. It's built to QD and click Huracan. But
it's rough.
It's rough, but like Razor always finds a way to win games regardless. So it's like
The
on
pieces are definitely here
paper.
to win those games.
On
just
paper, it's a middling team, but he'll pilot it and goob you like 3-4 nothing, like he does versus me. Pretty much every league we're in together.
I think if Oricorio is your defogger, I think awesome, great. Get rid of the Clawitzer. Get a bulkier water. Get something that can support your team better, because if you're bringing the Clawitzer, you have so much other special offense you can abuse on this team apart from the Clawitzer.
But Blaze is gonna love this. Blaze is gonna love this. What if we change the Clawitzer to Tatsugiri?
Oh, well then, no more needs to be said. I don't know if Razor's ready for the power of Tatsugiri. I don't think he understands just what power he has.
But it gets you a spinner. It gets you a spinner.
He doesn't even have a dragon type. It gives him a dragon type as well.
It gives you a dragon type as well. And you don't really fall over to freeze dry like that because you have Registeel, which is an elite ice switch in for its value.
Who brings like freeze dry when you've got a Registeel? It's just gonna sit there all day.
Exactly. I feel like you change Clawitzer to Tatsu and like it also is cheaper. I think Tatsu's at like 4 or 5 points.
It's 2 points. 2 points cheaper. You're going from a 7 to a 5.
Yeah. And then you can upgrade Oricorio to something that can actually play.
Oh, you get like a better.
Just get any fly type. Just get any fly type. Honestly.
Yeah, because Magmortar has to be there. Magmortar has to be a 9, surely. Oh.
Did you say did you say Armourouge? Just get Armourouge. Honestly, Armourouge is fine. That'll do special.
Oh, Armourouge would be so gas on this. Oh man, because you have Okidogi to break to Oki. Oh man, the possibilities.
Chandelure. There's also a Chandelure you can pick up, and then you have a rapid spin blocker.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on. What? Yo, we're cooking. We are cooking way too hard.
She fixes his speed take gap as well between. That is actually better for him as well.
Yeah, because Shandy is a base 80. Yeah, Shandy's a base 80. And Yeah, Blaze missed it when Mad Mac and I were like rejoicing and revelating about Hoopa U and 80 base speed.
Oh,
Like,
that's great.
chef's kiss, chef's kiss. Mwah. Ah, last.
Hoopa Unbound is a goat. He's a goat.
We'll talk about that in the review. I will speak about that in the review. I need to know the story now. Yeah.
Blaze, take it away, man. This team. Take it away. I know it's not really your team, but it's the homies team. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, well, no more need to be said. Let me introduce you, ladies and gentlemen, to the absolute GOAT himself, Mr. CJ Jensen.
Yes,
and his
sir.
Team. CJ. Oh, this team is the best team he's ever drafted. I'll tell you what.
Really? This is top 1 team that CJ has ever drafted.
Is the best team he's ever drafted. No word needed. I don't know why I went Iron Crown, but I'm willing to move on from it. Okay, I'm gonna leave that behind. I don't like it. It's
Listen. Okay, and you want to know what's crazy? The Infernic was supposed to be Cerulege, but he was 1 pick away. He was 1 pick away.
Mr. Lambrito, we do not like you. You have ruined our friendship. How dare you? That is unacceptable stuff right here.
So.
But
The Terra Cerulege hurt, but like Infernape is a great freaking Scarfer bandit. It has both priority and Mach Punch, Vac Wave, like
Has some surprising bulk to it if you need it.
yeah, it can set up rocks and slack off, dude.
You know,
Dude.
you know slack off set is all I'm saying.
This team's defensive chart, I think, might be the first team we've seen that has no like red on their defense chart. Like every typing is either fully covered or neutral into the team.
That is because this has cooked. We have taught well. He knows what he's doing. So.
Yeah, Blaze and CJ have cooked up something sinister. Now, my suggestion, right, with the Iron Crown, because when he got Iron Crown, I was just like, have you thought about Indeedee? Have you thought about Indeedee? But nah, like, bro went with the Thundy T and Glastrier route instead. Technically, you do have a terrain setter in Weezing G that kind of helps with, you know, like, Garchomp not being burned. Although,
Sure.
I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but maybe Dragon Power gets halved in Misty. I don't recall if that's a thing.
Because it half dragon moves, it does, but it half dragon power.
I love Bramble as the spinner here. It's a spinner that can spin block.
Everything about
Oh,
it has. Yeah, it just. I think the only thing. No, I mean, even as Mabostic is a threat. It is a threat. It needs to be respected.
oh yeah, if you can force out those psychic and bug or not bug types. Yeah, if you just force out the psychic types and just bandit stake out, just lock in. Sheesh.
What's even better is you turn with it from a psychic type, you bring in Mabostic and something just dies with a crunch. Something's just going to die. Terra Dark Crunch, just watch out, you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
You are dead.
Damn it, I lost.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about this all day, but we will talk more in the post-draft about this. But this team is the GOAT. He's cooked this one. He's done well.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to find like any little thing or nitpick I can make on it, but I can't do that. The hazards are all really good across the board. You have 3 great stealth rockers, 2 amazing spikers. You have T-spikes available to you. You have 2 fantastic spinners, and I'm pretty sure didn't Weezing keep Defog?
It did.
He's got 3 solid hazard removers that you can actually bring, not just the mon that has hazard.
Yeah. It's not just a hazard remover mon. It is a good mon that has hazard removal as an option for it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, the hazard control on this is insane because one of the things that like people don't do when they draft Garchomp is get hazards, and because of that, you end up locking yourself with rock, spikes, detail Garchomp, and that's not what you want to do every single game. You want to run the SD scale. You know, you want to run the mixed life orb to catch the Scarm on the switch or the Corviknight on the switch with Fire Blast, things like that. So getting Swampert and, you know, Bramble and freaking even, I believe Weezing G gets T-Spikes too, so getting those 3 was super, super huge for CJ. It really was. And if those hazards don't work, you got dual screen set up with Inteleon. You have dual screen set up with Inteleon, so.
Yeah.
Oh,
no sleepers.
CJ has cooked
And now you can tell
masterpiece.
you can tell how well the team is built because you got double ground, double water, and it still has a fantastic type card.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I like when you draft two of the same type, like Swamp and Garchomp, when they're not weak to the same quad weakness.
Absolutely.
This team. CJ, you have cooked a masterpiece.
Yeah.
You've
done us well there, brother. Well done. Well played. Good job.
Lamburrito, our favorite Terra Dedenne user. This isn't Lamburrito is viciously known for drafting Terra Dedenne round 1 out of anything in the world, and bro's actually cooking with it in that league apparently. So kudos to you. But you've upgraded from Terra Dedenne to Raging Bolt, so that's all. That's a good start. It's a good start.
Taking lessons. He's learning something.
That Ceruledge is so scary. Just out the gate, that Ceruledge is so scary.
I love it's so good of a Terra user. He hasn't even dropped to the good third Terra type, but he couldn't even give a shit. That's what I like about him.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
Like, why do I need fighting? I'm just going to draft 50 bug and he'll give them the food.
Yeah, the only Terra you're realistically going to use is probably Ghost, just to pick things off with Sneak.
There's a good Fairy matchup to be fair every now and then.
Fairy is good defensively, and Bug is kind of funny. Not gonna lie.
I mean, Bug is a ground resist for some. I mean,
fair. Because the ground resist.
I would have liked to see.
Well, because the ground immunity is Gliscor, and you have Serp as a resist, and Scissor's neutral. Yeah, but Bug kind of makes sense actually. Now that I think, the more I look at it,
They were
nice
trying
and
to
cheap.
step in basketball.
Look at the Smeargle. Look at him sitting there all menacingly. I love Smeargle. Look at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. It's not a bad monster.
Another, Smeargle got so many moves this gen now. Ceaseless Edge, Stone Axe in particular. So there's that. If you want to be offensive, you can run freaking Technician Pop Bomb. If you're really into that, Smeargle at 2 points is actually kind of fire. Not gonna lie. I want to see it do well. Maybe it could have Terra'd actually. You could have made it Terra normal with Pop Bomb.
Did he have the points for it?
I don't think so. Well, you just have to change Hitmonchan to Smeargle.
Yeah.
To make it work. Gardevoir at like round, what is that? That's like round 9. That's actually super insane that you get Gardevoir at round 9. Like another 80 base speed mon. It's one of the most slept on Scarfers known to mankind. You want to lock into Moonblast? Gardevoir is
and wishing on this team
Healing
is
Wish.
fantastic.
Oh. Fun fact.
I will say there is an issue a little bit with Hazard's setup because you only got Gliscor can set up any of them, and then your only other option is Smeargle.
Yeah.
So either Gliscor setting up your Hazards or you're bringing Smeargle.
Yeah, it's kind of
at least your defogger. At least you have a defogger at Scizor and Hitmonchan to spin away. But yeah, Hazard stacking options looking kind of sus. I mean, Muck A gets T-Spikes now this gen, but like, it's really an AV mon. Its best set is AV. So like, how often are you gonna bring T-Spikes on Muck A? How often?
Yeah.
But like, you make up for it with like Glare on Serp, I guess. I don't know.
I actually don't think Muckalula gets T-Spikes this
I
week.
just checked. Don't get T-Spikes.
Wait, so it's only Kanto that got it?
Regular mod.
It's only Kanto
Yeah,
that got it?
Yeah, Kanto they got it. Yeah.
So you really only have Gliscor and Smeargle as your stackers. You have good.
Gliscor and Smeargle are just on the floor. They're just trying to do their best.
I feel like this team, like we saw some pretty good webs teams. This team, if this team had webs, it would be so dangerous.
Oh yeah, this team needs webs. I feel like there's mobs. Yeah, this team needs webs definitely.
Because like Manaphy at base 100, like Manaphy's 100 across the board, and with webs up, one tail glow later, things die. Oh, Missed opportunity.
And then webs into SD Sterilage or webs into like band scissor are just disgusting.
Whew. So it's definitely, well, I wouldn't say top 5, but I would say top. I would say top 8. I would say top 8.
Yeah,
like 6 to 8 range.
In the top 10. In the top 10, yeah.
It has potential. It has potential.
Yeah, it's got.
South Bend Snowflakes. Wait, does that mean we're almost done?
Yeah, we got this and Rose, then we're done.
Oh wow, we are moving like crazy. We are moving like
yeah. That's
crazy.
when I joined. When I joined, I was like, you guys are like 28. I was like, shit, I must be really late. They're just moving from faster.
We are moving. So, Pup has, well, something about, apparently, Pup is like the biggest like Minior fan known to mankind, and it can shell smash and it can Terra. It's a yikes. It's a yikes. It's a yikes.
Why did we make it? So I don't know. I've got questions about this now.
I mean that's the second Terra captain, because the first one is freaking Lucario with Terra normal E speed. Good lord.
Agreed.
Good lord.
Yeah, you don't.
Jeez, that mon when things are chipped down, you just clean up with E speed. Like, oh man.
Terra E-Speed is such a goat, and of all the E-Speed users to pick up with it, Lucario is up there as one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's one of the top 2 in my opinion for Terra Mons, definitely.
We got.
Man, this team.
We had the only spinner is Serena, but you know I have.
Serena's a pretty reliable spinner.
Yeah, because it got knockoff back, it got triple axle back, so like you know the promise is there. The promise is there. It's really the top. It's really the top 4 that are super dangerous. Greninja, like Blaze can tell you, like there's a reason why Blaze went Greninja like round 1, pick 1. Like this, I know Battle Bond is reworked this gen, but like Protean is still a fantastic option if you want to break things down. Tell them why Greninja is so worth it. Especially, you know, this is pick 15. At pick 15, I feel like that's insane value.
I mean, it carried me to semi-finals, so that first off, that needs to be said. So I was so almost there. You know, like Eli season 1, King crushed my dreams. So you know we have that thing. But Greninja's just I'll be honest, it is frail, but it's just so good at what it does. Protein. It's not as good as it used to be, but it's because it's so fast it can always get off the hit when you get off. Scarf's a great cleaner. Even if you're on like Sash with hazards, it's so versatile. For an 18-point mon, it's just so fast, so versatile. And then you get off Water Stroke and you get Battle Bombed, and then it's just like, ugh. And then you're gonna get swept. It's just over.
Oh yeah. I do want to shout out that Piloswine and Gumshoe sitting down there. Some interesting picks, but you know what? They're rocking up. The main one is Piloswine as your ground type is interesting.
Piloswine can do it, to be fair.
No, he definitely can.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where you knock off his Eevee head, but it's still going to be alright. It'll still take a hit or two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As long as it's not really like.
I feel like. Well, did Delphox keep Wish? Or well, I know Clefable got Wish for sure. So like, I feel like Pylo makes sense on this team. Like, especially it has Wish support, so Clef can Wish pass into Piloswine. Delphox can kinda ish, right? So it's not. I respect the Pylo being your only ground, right? Because you have that's your Volt Switch immunity. You have a resist in Serena and Kyurem. Like, I don't think Electric runs through this team necessarily.
I think
no. It's just you had the option to pick up a Rhyperior and you picked up a Piloswine. That's the personal flaw.
Yeah, agreed. I think in that regard you can't really argue with that.
Or in the same tier, if you really wanted the Gumshoes, because the Gumshoes isn't necessary to fit your Mon total, Sandaconda is still free in the same tier as Piloswine.
So you're talking to two Sandaconda fans. You're like, buy your bitches Louis bags, bro. That's all I gotta say.
One average look like, you know, something. We are the only two people that like Telecom in this whole lineup, like, but we use it so much.
Honda is a good budget ground.
It really
That's
is.
all I'll
Right.
say about it.
It really
He's
is.
a captain. It is a phenomenal player.
Oh, Terra, it's fantastic, but you. Anyway.
Oh no, you can't draft it without Terra. We will
No,
agree with
not
that.
at
But
all.
with Terra, it's exceptional. That's what we say.
Did Pup have to leave?
I think we're just talking too much. He's just letting us do the talking.
Talk about my team. You know, I like a lot of the things you're saying about it.
This is your team, huh?
This is his team.
Come on.
Oh yeah, I'd love to ask him that question.
I think Palestine looks better on this team than Sandaconda. I feel like I don't need another like setup sweeper, which Sandaconda can be. I think it's just nice. You can, bring it in a different way. It's also good priority, which I have E-speed, but I'd like to have my shard on the team as well. Do you guys have any talk about Petron at all? Which is one of the
because Petron, no matter where it is, it's really reliable. Always is going to do well on the team it's on. It's just one of those type of mons.
Yeah,
especially with your Fable.
I love the Fable Petron, so I do like that.
Yeah, and they got the points switched up here. Clefable is 13 points, which is absolutely crazy. That's why I had to pick it up in the second round.
Yeah, I don't know why we did that, but I think it's because none of us really like Clefable that much. I just don't think we really. I'm always surprised it only has 16 defense. I just thought it had that 4.
Yeah, the whole Clef stat distribution is actually pitiful, but somehow with Magic Guard and Unaware, it's still relevant. Magically, I never understand how, but it gets the job done. It gets the job done. So I don't fault Pump for picking it up at round 2, round 3.
Like even if offensively it's not going to do the trick, its utility is one of those things. You can bring it a utility set for Clefable every game, and it will do decent every game.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those.
It does good. Don't get me wrong. It's just I wouldn't need to check physical offense. Is what I'm saying. It is a great one though.
Like losing soft boiled sucks, but like Moonlight is not the end of the world. Like that's the only.
Although it's not. Pup, I do gotta ask. Why the gumshoes? Is the gumshoes there just because Pillaswine was there and you wanted the extra point for something, or?
Just making a statement. He's making a statement.
I wanted the pilot swine. I think it looked pretty solid on the team, and then I had 1 point left over. I looked at everything there, and I thought, I put gumshoes on. It's got adaptability. You put head smash, or not head smash. You put choice band and double edge on that thing, and it's
Because the reason I ask is because gumshoes is such a fun Pokemon to use. If it was faster, it would be definitely a lot higher in points because its ability and its attack stat goes insane. Like adaptability double edge is.
I'll be honest. I didn't even know it got adaptability. I can't lie. I didn't even know that.
It's fantastic.
On the team, we got Galvantula for the Sticky.
I think we have.
On.
I think learning that now, we have to respect that thing because I didn't even know that about Gumshoes.
Because Gumshoes has 3 abilities. It has Stakeout, Strong Jaw, and Adaptability. 3 fantastic abilities.
This one's actually quite good. I didn't even know.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but like now you guys are talking about Gumshoes. I honestly thought it was just here for, with election season around the corner. That's what I thought it was.
I was going to say, he is making a statement. He is showing his stuff.
Look at his ear. It's just the little opening. It's there. It's just like, yeah, 2024.
And I will point out, this might be in bad taste, but if you look at its model, its ear has a chip in it.
It does. It does.
Yeah, when you reconstruct that there's no chip in it, that's one. Yes, that was
Oh man.
Anyway.
Well,
real talk though, I've got respect for this one now because I knew nothing about it, and now I have to respect it for that.
Plus, it gets like knockoff and super fang. It gets some good.
We won't talk too much about it in case we spoil Pups matches, but we respect you now because I didn't know it got U-turn either. So.
Yeah, it does get U-turn. Yeah.
I've gone from hating on it to actually respecting the pick now.
Yeah, no, it's all jokes aside, like Gumshoes was a fantastic pick at the very end, and now we're looking at Rose. Like, first of all, Tinkertuff and Wartortle. Hold on, Tinkertuff and Wartortle kind of go hard. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
And just
excited
look
to
at these
see those
fat Pokemon. Look at them.
Oh, the fat on this is ridiculous. You got 3 dragons here. You got. Oh man, good lord. I think with this team, wait a minute. Hold on. Crest is. Wait, we let Crest Terra? Oh lord.
Did, but it's okay. It's okay. He's chosen bad types. It's okay. It's all good. He's chosen bad types. All right.
What?
Terra
No,
Electric
no.
is a pretty
These
good
types
type
are
for a Levitate
insane. It gets Levitate. So electric
Yeah,
and
but
poison are.
Poison is terrible.
He had to break the bank for that Crest, but good lord, why did we let Crest?
He broke the bank for the Crest, but his Appleton being a Terramon is still really good.
A guy like
Yeah, but
me,
his Crest-
I would have used the stab on Dragon to make it Dragon Poison
Oh, yeah.
rounds, but you know,
Yeah.
still solid.
Why
Still
has he
solid.
got? Yeah, why has he got a point? Yeah, I mean, my only issue with Crest is he can't break steel types. That's my biggest problem.
Yeah, you can't
I get
break
the
steel
Poisoner
types,
not to
but
be
like.
toxic.
Like, look at the team. It has Crook, it has Iron Hands, and like,
Yeah.
I could. My one win in season 2 was banded freaking Talonflame. So don't sleep. Don't sleep.
Yeah, that was versus me.
Yup. Ah man, that was.
No switching.
Yeah, it was a nice, well-deserved win. I needed that for the confidants.
You did.
I needed that.
You did.
Respectfully.
No, that's fine. I had no switch-ins.
No switch-ins. Wait,
And
when did? Oh, he
Oh,
took a
with the one
Azumarill.
on
He
the
took a
side.
Azumarill at round 3. I thought he took it at like round 7 or 8. I was like, what? How did Azumarill?
there is a problem on this team. Its Spinner is a Wartortle, and its only Defogger is a Talonflame.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
Enough said.
Enough said. Right,
Right,
so we've done this.
a great defogger though. I think it's pretty solid here.
But it's not going to be
really
forced to
works.
defog, is the
No,
problem.
nothing else on the team needs boots or anything, so you can play with hazards a lot. You're not weak
I
to
say it's the only rock weakness. There's literally.
That's true.
You don't really care about hazards on this team at all. Spikes are a little bit annoying, but you have 3 Pokemon that are immune to it, and the rest of them, I mean, you can definitely get past a layer or 2 of spikes.
Yeah, well
It's
said.
with bulky teams like this not being able to just kind of spike tack on them, not for free, but easier. I think it's rough because you want that bulk to be able to sit there and not take 25% every time it comes in, because it needs to be able to take those hits.
A Wish Passer on this
But-
team would be so fire. Just to
It
get.
would be so annoying.
Yeah, just to get Hisui, just to get Gudra Hisui up back to full, just to get Iron Hands back up to full, like, oh man, a Wish Passer would be so gas on this team. Ah,
Yeah, agreed.
dang. So, the hazard removal lacking, no Wish Passer. I mean, at least there's hazards, and the old saying is no hazards equals no bitches, but you know what? You have Crook here for the rocks. We have a Spiker and Quill. We have a Spiker and Overquill. We have that.
Quill gets both layers of spikes.
Some T-spikes, yeah.
Yep, and we got young Tinka Tough if need be. We got young Tinka Tough. Look, I just want to see Tinka Tough and Wartortle put in work. I need to
Tinker
see
Tough
that.
is actually not a bad pick. It gets I think knockoff, T-Wave.
Yeah,
I mean,
It's
it's
Needle,
just
we saw how quick you used it, so
yeah, we did. So, with that, we're gonna go
Fake out.
right into the very part. This is my favorite part, honestly. The good old PRs. Let me just blow this up really fast. Whoops.
Cool. Yeah, that would be good. I can't.
Whoops. Oh, that's too much. Hold on, that's too much. Oh no, that's too much. What if I did that? No, it's still too little. Oops. No, that's too big. Or no, you know what it is? Oh, I know what it is. So if I go like this, and then I'm gonna move me over here, awesome. That's what it was. I just needed to be moved over to the right side. So, for those that aren't familiar with PDD power rankings, I'm doing it in a tier list style. So championship contender is like, okay, we looked at this team, it's ready to win a title, right? That's like, we might as well call it the King Rock tier at this point, with him making final season 1 and him winning season 2, but that's another topic for another day. Third place finishers are for teams that are like, that can make it to semis, but they just don't have what it takes to make the final or win the championship.
Yeah.
Fringe playoff, you made it to playoffs, congratulations, but like, I don't think you're gonna make a serious run, and there's absolutely zero shame. There's absolutely zero shame if you're just here to make content. We love content creators here. Please sub to everybody. Please sub to everybody before we head out. So let's start with Mad Mac. Where are we putting Mad Mac? Where are we putting Mad Mac?
No, actually, I don't even know his team. I need to look at him right now. Anyway.
Pup was here when we talked about the thing. So, I mean, initially I would say third place finisher, but maybe Pup could counteract with it. I don't know. What we think?
No, I think that's exactly where I would put it too. It's a really solid team, but it's not like, it doesn't have anything crazy going on that makes me think like, yeah, they're gonna win every single game in the playoffs. They're not gonna drop one.
Right. So like, it has what it takes to make a run in playoffs. It just doesn't have anything like outstanding that screams, oh, this team can win a championship type deal, right? I think that's where. Correct me if I'm wrong. Who dropped? Somebody dropped. No, don't switch. Don't switch.
But I agree. My team, its standout like little spice is Husui and Arcanine. Otherwise, it's a very by the books Dragapult oriented team.
Yeah. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of have to put all your chips into the Husui and Arcanine basket. I mean, I have to respect that. I mean, I think maybe, I don't know, I would have liked to see an electric type. No, but Kilowattrap is kind of good because a lot of the electric types don't do shit against ground types. So I think Kilowattrap is one of the only good ones that can actually, not Aston Terra, can still be decent. So I never understand President Thief, but I'm willing to see how you do with it because it's a good bomb. You don't get a lot of fairy and poison types, so I can respect it.
It's a nice type.
Yeah.
It's a nice type combo, plus the toxic chain for just getting off toxics to deal with both, or if I want to hex Dragapult is nice.
Yeah, agreed. I like that as well. I mean, and the chestnut and Dunsparce, I love those ones, so I have to respect that.
So great. They're little guys.
Now,
I think one of the issue is maybe, I don't know, I just like ones that can actually hit steel types with ones like Cryogonal, but that's just me saying it.
Sure.
All right, so
I
going to my team. Now, last season, they freaking onesie put me here, and I went 1-7. I don't think I can do that. I think I'm here. If not here. So, if anybody wants to counter-argue that, speak now. Because I don't know what it is with my piloting skills. I think, like, I don't know what it is with me drafting good teams and then just not piloting them. And then, like, when I draft mediocre teams, I pilot the crap out of them, and I just go off on a tangent. But right now, I'm just going to put myself in Fringe Playoff for now, and then we'll reorder it, actually, once all the teams are in 16. I'm not saying I hate my team. It's just, like, my piloting skills are very up, down, left, right, all that nonsense. So I don't want to put myself in championship contender right now, unless crazy things happen, and crazy things do happen in the PDD. So, moving on to Padel, aka Trick Room the movie. Where are we putting Padel? French, third place. What the heck?
Hello.
How are we?
Brother, do we need to set up a GoFundMe for your connection because it keeps dropping?
Anyway, championship contender, Trick Room Hoop Bound is the GOAT.
You is that a serious take? That's a serious.
No, I think third place finishers are fringe playoffs. I would, based on the team and how I really do actually enjoy Trick Room, I think third place finishers or fringe playoffs are both really comfortable for it. I think the having to do Trick Room as just a very heavy strat, obviously, for the team does limit it because Trick Room isn't super easy to use. It is an issue, but then it also has like Neoskrata and Gengar, like we were talking about earlier. So it doesn't have to run Trick Room every turn. And it has enough mons to where Trick Room can be brought, Trick Room doesn't have to be brought, and it can still do work.
Yeah. I think my biggest concern is why is Emerald not Terra Water? That's my only concern.
Oh, that Terra Water Scald? Ooh, missed opportunity.
Terra Water was just good because Water's going to switch in Water type. And then you just, I think it just makes a lot of sense.
You only have the budget for KARAOKE Head Smash.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
It is what it is. It is what it is.
True. Terra Steel Giants is an interesting one. I mean, I guess you're trying to break up the fairies with that, which I could expect.
Tucson Toros, Big Zonta. We're gonna go, I'm only gonna put this on, I'm just here to make content because I can't stand Arboliva, aka Olive Garden, aka the worst overrated, most overrated chain restaurant in the game right now, Olive Garden. The breadsticks are there just to, it's another topic for another day. I'm sorry. Sorry.
But you've got to keep a lid on it. Your hatred for Olive Garden is just, I mean, it's fair, but Jesus Christ. I don't know, I kind of like this team. It's kind of fun. It's got, I don't really understand not a team. That was Benel, sorry. Why they've got Quackleval plus Sneasler. I guess they just really need a rapid spinner. But it's kind of good. They've got solid Trick Room options with Arsenino. It's kind of good, but it's a bit weird. I don't know. I don't love it. I think they're just missing a little bit. So I'm respecting the content. I think we can just make it for the content. They've got a lot of good thumbnails going here, so I like that idea.
Sure.
They've got a lot. They've got a lot of thumbnail. They've got a lot of thumbnail ones, definitely.
All right, we got KJ
And sometimes
next.
that's all you need.
We got KJ next, Mr. 4 OU Mons plus Terra Sinistra over here.
Oh, yeah.
This might be our first championship contender if piloted correctly, but realistically speaking, because it's so top heavy, I gotta put it in third place finisher. I agree.
When we spoke with KJ, we did say to him we were a bit concerned that he put all of his money in the submission basket. We were like, it's good, but it's not that good. It can't carry a team for you. So, I think that was my concern when I spoke to him about the team.
It's just going to be super predictable most matches, and that's going to hurt your matchups a lot.
Yeah, there's not a lot of... I mean, unless he's going to whip out the special Cinderace, which none of us are ready for, there's not a lot of diversity in this team.
I've used Spec Cinderace before. Hey, it gets like Scorching Sands and Electro Ball. Don't trip.
Hey, you used it before, but didn't do well.
Yeah, I won a game. I won a game with it.
It's kind of thing that I expect from you. I expect the unexpected.
I've won a game and lost a game with it. So, when it works, it really works, and when it doesn't, it kind of falls off. So, look, I needed Electro Ball to 2-tap a Dondozo, okay? Leave me alone.
That's good though.
But I think because it's so top heavy and so predictable, I have to be at third place finisher. But if KJ's in form, he's gonna be a championship contender. That's just my 2 cents on it. Because again, we're looking at the teams itself. We're not adding the coach into these. So that's another thing to keep in mind when we do these.
We have to do third place finisher because this team, like you say, is just top heavy. It's top heavy, but it's also linear, I think, as well as an issue. You just kind of know what the Mons are going to do.
We got Lily next. You have
is this the team with the 8 fighting types?
Five fighting types.
I'm so sorry. She dropped some.
Again, there's nothing wrong with just being here to make content. Yep. Plank is gonna be your psychic and fairy resist in one package. Yeah.
Psychic, fairy, and flying.
It's the everything resist for this team.
again, nothing wrong with here to make content, but when you draft when you draft more than two fighting types, it's kind of sus. It's kind of sus.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that Lily can upload more than, what was it, like 3 games? That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, and I mentioned that briefly, that, you know, Lily was a Season 1 coach, so hopefully we'll get a full season out of her.
Lily also has the great thumbnail mods going on. Both Urshifu and Iron Valiant, Gold Dengo chilling there.
They are really great thumbnail mods, I cannot lie. They are really great.
She is drafted for the content that we have, and I do respect that. So, yeah.
Freaking... what is it? We go from like 5 fighting types to 4 Paradox mons plus Pincurchin. But the crazy thing...
This might be controversial. I'd put it in championship contender. I'm gonna be real.
Whoa!
I think it could be better, but I think it is so threatening with the terrain up that just pure offense-wise, it's championship contender.
But your terrain setter is Pincurchin. Your terrain setter has been Pincurchin, and now that Blaze is here, we can both confidently say that Thundy Eye is a better freaking terrain setter than freaking Pincurchin. I will die on that hill. I will die on that hill.
Look at the offensive bundle, Moth, Jugulus, Palma in the terrain with Terra Electric, plus Treads throwing off Earthquakes as an offensive mon, Sceptile with Unburden. It's offense. There is, I don't think, a single team that can fully take on this team defensively.
No, I wouldn't. No, you definitely can't take on this team defensively. That's for sure. I like Pincurchin, but it's like a lot over. It's good for what it does, but it doesn't do a lot. I think it really struggles against most things. Like, you recover your spikes, you set up electric terrain, then you probably die. I think realistically we should say, I think it's third. I think he could make playoffs. I'd say fringe playoffs. Maybe third place because it's very offensive.
Yeah, we'll meet halfway. We got Mad Max saying it's a championship contender. We got Blaze Man saying it's fringe. So we'll put it third for now. Again, once all the teams are like on said tier list, we'll reorder them. We'll reorder them from 1 to 16. Yeah. Hunter is next. This is the
Ape team.
Yeah, this is the Annihilate Terapagos. This is the team that like has Ninetales as its special offense, but not really because it's not Terra. Yeah.
This is the team that rests Decidueye on its shoulders. Decidueye is carrying this team on its shoulders.
And for that alone, I think it's a fringe playoff team. I think it's a fringe playoff team.
I think he's tried to not go for the content, so I think we have to respect that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a combination of
webs with Roaring Moon Sun and webs with Annihilate has to be respected.
Yes.
Yeah, agreed. I think at that level we have to respect it. Yeah, definitely.
Agreed. Now we go to Shadow Stitch, our first championship contender.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed. It's Regen Sand. Like that's it. That's moving on.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see that Kill Leader Probo Pass. That's what I'm excited about. That Sandforce
Probo Pass. Hold on. Hydroxide Ants with the Sun team that's 1 Vulpix away from being a Sun team.
I think
respect the content.
I think it has to be content at this point. I think it could be fringe playoffs, but I think it has to be content.
Yeah, this team.
I definitely think it's good enough to make the playoffs, but it has to be played really well.
Yeah,
I think
the pieces are there, but the pieces don't fit together real well.
Yeah, I think on that level, the fact that the pieces don't fit together, I think we have to kind of say it's content. I think if he had they had more sort of pieces that fit together well, I think we could say playoff, but I'd have to say content at this point.
King Rock, championship contender number 2.
Yeah, it's a scary team. Its pieces are so good.
Yeah,
I think I would put this down a tier. If I was ranking it honestly, just not having a great spin blocker with having the Samurott.
That's
really
true.
Yeah.
Terracycle was to run. Time was forced to run Ghost type Terra in that regard.
All right.
I think if he had something to use defog, he'd be better as well, because he's got nothing to really use defog. Unless I'm
Did
missing something.
Whimsicott lose default?
No, I mean, like, he's not got like a defiant one, if that makes sense.
Oh.
I think Whimsicott did also lose defog.
Yeah,
though,
Whimsicott
as
did
well.
lose default.
I don't think he has a defog, I'm fairly certain. I'm fairly certain it is.
Because Lando lost it, Whimsy lost it, and that's really all.
I think
That's the only things on the team.
Yeah, I think if he had better hazard removal, it'd be higher up. But I have to agree with Puck on this one. King Rock will probably win it all, but the team is a third place finisher.
So
Yeah, probably the very top of that tier.
yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Razor, again, it suffers the hydroxide ant problem where like he has pieces, but the pieces don't really mesh together. So I mean,
Agreed.
But this is the one where you trade a Clothser to a Tatsugiri and an Orc Quarry to a Chandelure, and you're rocking out.
yeah, that's right. We will say that for hydroxide and for Razor, they are a couple, if not 3 trades away from making it at least fringe playoff, if not third. Just a couple trades.
Agreed.
A couple trades. So there's no shame in this, in being in this tier, but trades, if you make in-season trades...
I'm excited for Terra Regigigas to pop off.
Yeah, Terry Regigigas might be the bigger superstar over Okidogi. I feel like Terra Okidogi forces prep, and then Razor's just gonna stomp on everybody with Terra Fairy and Regigigas. Because that's what happened to me with... I played Tibbs, and I couldn't break Terra Fairy Regigigas, because my only poison type at that time was Salazzle. So it would just keep protecting and subbing infinitely. It would just keep protecting and subbing infinitely. And then, like, when it didn't want to protect, it would just go into freaking Gliscor and then we do the whole song and dance again. So, yeah, Terra Regigigas is actually a demon under the right hands. And I think that's the mon that's going to pop off more than Terra Okidogi. In my opinion.
He's actually, and he's got a wasted steel type, so I approve this message.
CJ!
Be surprised,
CJ, this is a Garchomp team that doesn't have, it's a Garchomp team that can actually run SD scale almost every week. It's not going to be pigeonholed into rocks and spikes.
His Garchomp is free. He's
Yep.
completely free to do what it wants.
It's got something to do whatever it wants, and I like that.
Yeah, and like Blaze and I said, this is probably the best team he's ever drafted. So
Again,
he deserves to be championship contender. He deserves it.
Definitely.
And then we go to the guy that sniped Terra Ceruledge from CJ. I think Lamborghini.
This is the same as like. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like he's under the same thing as like Hydrox and Razor. He's just a couple of picks away from having a really good team.
True. Some of the pieces don't mesh fully well together, but there's a lot of pieces that do.
Oh, because he went round 1 Manaphy, right? He went round 1 Manaphy.
Yeah.
So like, this is also the team that's like 1 Sticky Webber away from being really, really good.
Yeah, it's a Miracle though. Let's stick you up with that.
Oh
yeah, shit.
That's right.
Shit, yeah, you're right.
That's right.
Oh shit, yeah.
So
what you guys talking about?
Oh my god. How did I miss that?
Did Smeargle? I thought Smeargle only got the other halves. I didn't realize it also got webs. I thought it only got Stealth Rock Spiders.
I think this is a third finisher at minimum. I think this is actually a really solid team. Looking at it, got Raging Bolt on there, which is great.
Thunderclap.
One of the best Terra captains. Not even talking about Centaur Superior. Live score down the board.
And then we got
Mr. Webbs changes the game.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah, we forgot. So yeah, definitely fair play.
Yeah, we got Pups, Snowflakes. It has to be a 3rd place finisher, surely. The Terra captains are goated. Greninja does Greninja things.
I don't know. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say I don't know. I feel like he's championship. I don't know. He's kind of sold me on a lot of his odds. I can't lie. I've been convinced. I don't know.
I think there are some sleeper picks here, and I feel like this is kind of a team that you go into it in the builder being like, this isn't that bad, and then as you continue building, you realize, wait, that does so much damage. Wait, how do I wall this? Oh,
yeah,
shit, how do I prep for this? It's one of those things.
Yeah.
I think the fact that none of his mom miss, I think, is the main thing. Like the gumshoes, he's sold me on gumshoes. I'm not gonna draft it honestly, but I'm certainly gonna consider it. That's for sure.
You got respect for it now if you see it on someone's field.
I feel like, why are they drafting it? Oh, they've got a gumshoe, so I need to prep for that. Bring my muck punch on. Yeah, yeah, I respect it. I do. It's definitely third place contention, maybe championship, but yeah, definitely third place.
And last but certainly not least, young Rose God, the Rose Ray God. It would be really nice to put him in championship contender for the symmetry, but I don't think it's there. I think
it's fringe playoff.
Yeah.
It's a good team, but it's missing a few pieces that would make it a great team.
Yeah.
So that's all the teams.
Some of the tiers could be better, but
yep.
Yeah.
So this is all the teams so far. So we're gonna reorder them. I think, starting with the championship contender spot, we're looking at, I want to say Pup 2 with CJ at the 3. I want to say Pup 2 and CJ at the 3.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I can respect that.
And then third place finisher, we said King Rock was gonna lead the pack here. KJ, I'm afraid, is gonna have to hold the rear in this category, in this tier, because again, with the whole top heaviness thing and being super predictable, knowing what to expect and all that nonsense.
I think I'd put Adam over Mad Mag. I don't know. I love Mad Mag's team, but I feel like he's putting a lot of eggs in the same basket.
Well,
I don't know.
think the also with that is that it's my by the books Dragapult team, but Dragapult is in the same position as Garchomp is for CJ's team, where it is free because of the pieces that are there to do whatever it wants every week. Plus the bulk on that team from Roosting, Pheasantipity, Roosting, Empoleon, Tinglu recovering. The bulk is also just really powerful to get things chipped, where Dragapult can just come in and then button, game's done.
It is agreed. I do agree. I do agree.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic how it's kind of ironic how Mad Mac and Apparator are like right next to each other in this category, because you have a textbook Dragapult team. Meanwhile, you have freaking quad Iron Mons plus Pincurchin on the other side. But they're both third place finishers somehow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Going on to Fringe Playoff, I think with me leading the pack here, that's fine. Me and Padel can lead the pack here. That's fine. Lamb Burrito's gonna hold the rear in this one, so we'll do like Hunter, Rose, and Lamb in LB. Make it look like that. And then
I don't know. I'd put Lamb. I'd put Hunter under Lamb. I don't know. I don't know. I think Lamb deserves. I think now we realise that Snake will actually get. I think Lamb deserves a solid. I'd put him mid. I'd put him in the middle. Yeah.
So we're gonna go like this then. Go like this then.
Yeah, I do you Padel, Lamb, and then Hunter.
So like after Padel it would be Lamb, then Hunter.
Yeah.
Oh, I get you.
Only move one, yeah.
So like this. And then
Lamb's and then you Padel, Lamb, Hunter, then Rose.
And then I'm just here to make content. We'll go like Razor. So I'm gonna say Razor, Hydro, Ant, then Zontifer into Lily. So it would look like
I'm good with that.
This. It would look like this.
Yeah, I think that works.
Yeah, I agree.
Agreed. Yeah.
So with that,
Yeah.
Any last thoughts? Yeah. Take it away. Last thoughts.
I think even Lily's still got potential. Like, as in, even though she's got 20 fighting types, I think she's still got. Rhydon is a character that should not be slept on. I don't really understand Tobacco because it's not really. When you could have had Terrorblade skin or something very different, I don't know about that, but I think she's got a lot. I think she's got some certain potential. And I have to respect the Stream+Power pick. I am a Stream+Power fan.
Yeah, every single team on the board is definitely could make it all the way up to playoffs, depending on how they play. Because this tier list is only based on the teams as they are, with not including how the players play.
Yeah, I'm
Just
saying
the
Lily
team
as an example. Yeah, I'm saying Lily as an example because she is at the very, very bottom.
Yep.
So even she, that's yeah. But yeah, so like you say, we know how some of the coaches play, and that would affect our opinions. But this is just solely based on the teams at the preview. We need to see how coaches use them. For sure.
Pup, take us out, man. Last words, all yours.
I mean, I don't have too much to say. I'm glad that you guys put my team up there, championship contender. I do feel like a lot of these teams are really good. There's only, maybe like one or two teams that are actually just like not good, but the rest of them, we have some really good coaches in here. They drafted some really good teams, so I could definitely see anything happening.
Agreed.
Yeah, lots of crazy things happen here in the PDD, man. It's been a pleasure, gentlemen. It really has. We have
Absolutely.
yeah. So what we lack in OGs, we make up for with brand new, fresh faces. So shout outs to Mad Mac for the thumbnail. Shout outs to Pup for hopping on. And Blaze, man, we'll try to get you in. We'll try to get your whole cap card thing situated by season 4. Okay, bud. We'll make it happen somehow, some way. We gonna find a way. The grind does not stop.
Listen, you give me a shipping address. I have an extra capture card.
Ooh.
I mean, I'll
Hold on.
I appreciate that. I don't know how to use them. I can never get it to work. That's my problem. I honestly have no idea. It sounds stupid, but I really have no idea. But I like these new boys. They know what they're talking about. So we're welcome to new faces. Welcome, gentlemen. We appreciate your stay. But yeah, as always, we've had fun.
It has been fun. I'm gonna say goodbye to Stream. Thank you to everybody that pulled up. We have CJ, Shadow, Dashing, Aperator, Rose, Pup. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah, Pup was in there trying to correct us all about the whole Smeargle sticky web situation. Thank you.
I can't believe
it was
It's been
we totally glazed over that.
Yeah.
We overlooked that one.
But other than that, it's been fun. Yeah. It's been your boy Eli the Rebel. We'll catch you guys on Saturday for the draft analyses. Peace.
That's gonna be a joy.
Peace and love, guys.
31